Good morning, class 9th. I welcome you all to yet another class of subject democratic politics, that is civics. And in this class, we're going to continue with our chapter, what is democracy, why democracy, right? In lieu of this, the discussion which we were carrying on in our last class, we have seen that various countries in the entire world are having different kinds of governance, and on what basis they are called the democratic government and the non-democratic government. So after the discussion, we inferred that elections are held in a democratic country, right? Now the question arose that is the elections are the only thing which define डेमोक्रेसी? क्या इलेक्शन ही एक ऐसा फीचर है जो डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री को या डेमोक्रेटिक फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट को डिफाइन करता है, राइट? या फिर कुछ और फीचर्स हैं जो किसी डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री को डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री बनाते हैं, ओके? सो हियर वी विल डिस्कस द फीचर्स, राइट? फीचर्स ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी, ओके? So in this we will basically see what democracy is initially. Let's discuss the definition first. So democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people, right? So what this definition says? It says that in a democratic form of government, the government will be elected, or the rulers or the heads of the government will be elected by the people, right? See, after reading this particular definition, there are certain questions which are being asked in your book. Let's see what are they. So the first question is, who are the rulers in the definitions? इस definition में जो हमने अभी डेमोक्रेसी की definition दी है, उसके अंदर ये जो ruler की बात की गई है, ये कौन है? Okay. Which officials must be elected for any government to be called a democracy? Which officials? किस तरह के जो officials हैं हम elect करेंगे, जिनको हम democratic country में government कहेंगे. Which decisions must be taken by non-elected officials? Of course, in a government, as we see in India, for example, there are certain people who are elected, like the MLAs and the MLAs, right? And certain people are non-elected. So there are certain duties being given to the elected people, and certain duties are being assigned to non-elected people. So here this question asks that should be a definite, you can say definite distribution of the work between the elected government, elected people and the non-elected officials, right? Then what kind of election constitutes a democratic election, right? किस तरह का इलेक्शन डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री में, किस तरह का इलेक्शन हो कि वो डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री को उसका रियल फॉर्म दे पाए, यानी कि डेमोक्रेटिक फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट हम उसको असलियत में कह पाएँ, राइट? देन व्हाट कंडीशन मस्ट बी फुलफिल्ड फॉर एन इलेक्शन टू बी कंसिडर्ड डेमोक्रेसी? अगेन, what are the conditions for the elections to be called as a democratic elections, right? Then next question is, who are the people who can elect the rulers or get elected as rulers? कौन से वो लोग होंगे इस डेमोक्रेटिक फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट में जो कि रूलर्स को इलेक्ट करेंगे या खुद एज अ रूलर इलेक्ट होंगे? Should this include every citizen on an equal basis? This election, the election of the people, should it include all the people unanimously, or can a democracy deny some citizen the rights, or else democracy will deny some rights to certain citizens, right? The next question and the final question is, what kind of a form of government is democracy? किस तरह की गवर्नमेंट को हम एग्जैक्टली डेमोक्रेसी कहेंगे, राइट? Can elected rulers do whatever they want in a democracy? Is this the way out? Like for example, in India is also democratic country. हमारे यहाँ क्या हम जिनको इलेक्ट करते हैं वो इलेक्शन के बाद गवर्नमेंट जब फॉर्म कर लेते हैं तो क्या वो अपनी मर्जी का कुछ भी करते हैं? देन नेक्स्ट वन इज, और मस्ट अ डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट फंक्शन विथ सम लिमिट्स, और देयर शुड बी सम लिमिट्स. फॉर एग्जांपल अगेन इंडिया में जो लोग हैं, गवर्नमेंट जो चला रहे हैं, उनके ऊपर कुछ लिमिट्स लगी हुई हैं. क्या है वो लिमिट्स? वो लिमिट्स ये हैं कि जैसे ही वो इंडिया के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से बाहर जाकर अपने किसी भी काम को अंजाम देंगे, वैसे ही जो इंडिया की सिटीज़न है, इंडिया की जो जनता है, वो इनको रूलिंग से नीचे ला सकती है, इनकी गवर्नमेंट को नलिफाई कर सकती है. राइट. देन इज इट नेसेसरी फॉर अ डेमोक्रेसी टू रिस्पेक्ट some rights of the citizen? Right. हमारे यहाँ फॉर एग्जाम्पल डेमोक्रेसी है तो हमारे यहाँ सर्टेन राइट्स दी गई हैं ना हमको. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल एडल्ट फ्रेंचाइजी, व्हाट डज इट मीन? राइट टू वोट. हमको राइट टू वोट मिला है. देन देयर इज़ अ राइट टू एक्सप्रेस आवर फीलिंग्स. राइट. देन देयर आर सर्टेन अदर राइट्स विच विल गोइंग टू सी in your later syllabus. Right. So now let's come to the very first question, who are the rulers? Right. To answer this question we will take the example of the government of the Pakistan back in October 1999. See what is happening in October 1999. In October 1999, General Pervez Musharraf, he elected himself as the Prime Minister, military, you can say he formed the military coup just like that of the Chile, and after that he became the dictator of the Pakistan. Okay. So what he basically did, he basically ruled Pakistan in that period of time in 1999. Okay. Then what happened later, he changed his designation to president in 2000. Later on what he did, he changed his designation to president in 2002. He made himself the president. Okay. Then after that what he did, he passed a referendum. Right. See here it is written, Pakistan, he held a referendum in the country that granted him a 5-year extension. यहाँ पर 2002 में जो परवेज़ मुशर्रफ थे उन्होंने खुद को प्रेसिडेंट बना लिया. एंड आफ्टर दैट ही brought a referendum to the constitution. Referendum, I have told you, it's an extension in the constitution or an addition in the constitution. Okay. So and after this addition what happened, he became the president of the Pakistan. Right. And his working extended for more 5 years. For next 5 years his working extended. Right. But of course to this functioning of the arbitrarily functioning of the Musharraf was being questioned by the Pakistani media, human rights organization and the democracy activists in his arbitrarily ascending himself as the president of the country. Okay. We'll see what happened next in later period of time. We will see that after a certain time period he passed another referendum in which says that the elections will going to be held, but the council of the ministers will going to be the part of the will going to be overseen by the military officers. So in this case, and there were certain rights which were not given to them. Right. So in this case the election was going on, people were electing their representative, but they were having certain fixed amount of powers only. Okay. To this I come to an end for this class. Rest we'll discuss in our next class. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead.